That was the last picture I took of him, right there, going out the door.
That picture of Joey Albin was taken March 4th, 2013. He was leaving his grandmother's birthday party. Less than 24 hours later, the 28-year-old man from Ausable Forks was dead.
It's painful. But other than that, you pull up your bootstraps and you live day to day and try to go on.
Albin was shot and killed by New York State Trooper Leston Shealy during a physical confrontation in these woods following a lengthy car chase through Essex County that ended in North Hudson. During that fight, Albin grabbed a second trooper's gun, prompting Shealy to shoot him several times. But more than a year later, the family doesn't believe the use of deadly force was necessary.
He was a person that didn't have a license and was scared to death that the cops were going to stop him, so he ran. It's not right. He shouldn't have ran. I agree with that, but for the very least, he should be in jail, not dead.
The case went to a grand jury for review.
There was a finding of justification in the shooting of Mr. Albin by a grand jury in June.
That was the decision of an Essex County grand jury on June 18th of this year, after a day of hearing testimony. But the public was never told the trooper was justified in his use of deadly force until September.
It's a very innocent explanation which is based on law, based on principles and protocol. There was no way or even intentions of trying to hide anything. These are troopers that were cleared of a shooting. That's nothing you want to hide.
Essex County District Attorney Christy Sprague has come under fire by the media for taking 3 months to release the findings of the grand jury. She was under the impression legally she had no other choice.
I handle it like any other grand jury proceeding. I err on the side of being conservative in regards to what's disclosed, and I think the statute's very clear. You cannot disclose without a court order. So until I get an okay from the judge, I wasn't okay to disclose anything.
Sprague says she reconsidered after receiving calls from reporters.
I was able to get some more information from my colleagues and other attorneys that were handling the same types of cases, and then I felt more comfortable disclosing what the finding was.
But technically, the entire case, including the grand jury's decision, is sealed. So Sprague has filed a request asking the judge to release not only the grand jury's decision, but more details about the fatal police shooting.
He has to weigh factors between public disclosure and the integrity of the secret proceedings of grand jury, and there has to be a real reason, and I'm not sure, the fact that I am getting negative press in regards to what happened is enough to do that, but I also think that publics need to know the truth and need to know what happened is very beneficial, not only for, what has transpired in the press with me, but also the integrity of the entire system as a whole. People need to have confidence in our criminal justice system and to know that things were done right.
He did love Christmas, yes, he did. He loved winter.
Whether more facts about the shooting death of Joey Albin are made public or not, his family says it won't bring back their son, a man who loved his job as a bobsled driver at the Olympic facility in Lake Placid. He brought hundreds of people down the icy tracks, including famous people like NASCAR star Tony Stewart. Did the grand jury's decision bring closure to the family?
No, not really. Nope.
Why not?
I think the only thing that will give us closure is time. We need time to heal.
Some have questioned why it took a year and a half for this case to be closed. For one, Sprague was dealing with 2 other homicide cases. One of them required 3 separate jury trials. Also, a lack of resources at the State Police Crime Lab in Albany slowed the process of verifying forensic evidence with the troopers' accounts of what happened. Also, Sprague says she was forced to bring the case to a grand jury because she could not interview the troopers involved because they were represented by union lawyers, which we should point out is not uncommon. Because they lawyered up, the only way Sprague felt she could thoroughly investigate the shooting was to convene a grand jury, where the troopers would be forced to testify.